I'm back. Rudrance for our Black and White Network. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And as always, thank you guys and gals for watching our channel. Well, let's talk about Joseph Biden, and of course his EV agenda, where he wants to try to move the country to. We're kicking and screaming, and as always, he's going to continue to cost Americans jobs in doing so, and look no further than Chrysler Jeep. Now, of course, I think I've done a prior video involving Dodge or Chrysler Jeep and EVs and some of the nightmares caused around that. Maybe it was Ford. Hell, I don't remember. At this point, they're all screwing us. I mean, let's be real. So in Illinois, they've got a plant up there. It said Belvedere, Illinois. And a bunch of Americans are about to lose their job because of this climate agenda, this green agenda, trying to push out gas vehicles into EVs. Now look, I really don't give a rat's if somebody wants to drive an EV. Okay, fine. But I do have an issue with the whole idea of trying to force EVs onto anybody and having a timeline for any kind of transition over to EVs, because I don't think there should be such a thing as a transition over to EVs, okay? It should be one of these things that if you want to have an EV, fine. If you want to drive a gas car, fine. Don't care. But let's not have it literally affect jobs, especially when plants have been around as long as one like this one has. And it's been around a damn good long while. Well, 1,350 workers are losing their jobs because they're having to move the plant to Mexico. Man, this president just keeps racking up losses continuously. It seems like almost on a daily basis. There's a new big fat juicy L you can plant right on his forehead. This is the blaze. Jeep plant fires 1,350 American workers. Will move factory to Mexico, citing high cost of EV production. Yeah. The Illinois Jeep manufacturer has announced it will fire thousands of American workers and move its operations to Mexico. A significant factor behind the move and layoffs is the apparent cost of realizing the Biden administration's national goal of ensuring 50% of all new passenger vehicles and light trucks sold in 2030 are so-called zero-emission vehicles. God, just over a year ago, President Joe Biden signed an executive order pushing to ensure that half of all new vehicles made in America are electric. In his executive order, Biden suggested that the push to phase out gas-burning automobiles will allow us to, quote, boost jobs with good pay and benefits across the United States, along with the full supply chain for the automotive sector from parts and equipment manufacturing to final assembly. Having claimed that, quote, the future will be made in America, Biden clambered into Jeep Wrangler on the White House South Lawn and took it for a spin. Senator Tom Carper, Democrat Delaware, joined other Democrats in celebrating the push, stating, quote, today's announcement from the Biden administration is good for our planet, good for our health, and good for our nation's auto workers. Yeah, until you realize the cars are 60 grand and the damn batteries can burn up to the point that firefighters can't even put them out. Yeah, that's a thing. Look that up. Oh, and do not get one of those new Hummers because it takes like 4 days to recharge the bitch. NBC News reported that GM, Ford, and Jeep manufacturer Stellantis were on board, signaling their commitment to the leaders in the U.S. transition to electric vehicles. According to CNN, Stellantis indicated last July it would invest $35.5 billion with a B on electrifying its various vehicles over the next 2 years. Biden underscored there's no turning back. We get us a Republican in there that knows what he's doing. Watch us. The question is, we will lead or fall behind in the race for the future. Stellantis indicated on Friday that around 1,350 Americans will be falling behind and out of work. The company announced that its Belvedere assembly plant, which produces Jeep Cherokee, will shut down as of February 28th, reported by the AP. Quote, this difficult but necessary action will result in indefinite layoffs, which are expected to exceed 6 months, the company stated in a statement. According to Stellantis, the automotive industry, quote, has been adversely affected by a multitude of factors like the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. You're still legitimately using the Wuhan virus as a reason to lay people off? Are you kidding me right now? In Illinois, I don't know that this surprises me. Wow. Unbelievable. I mean, why are we still bringing this thing up? And the global microchip shortage, but the most impactful challenge is the increasing cost related to electrification of the automotive market, of course. Whereas the Belvedere plant has up until now produced the Jeep Cherokee, the vehicle will now be assembled in a factory in Toluca, Mexico. Wow. Unbelievable. United Automotive Workers Union quickly condemned the move, with the UAW president Ray Curry calling it grossly misguided. Not allocating new product to plants like Belvedere is unacceptable. Announcing the closure just weeks from the holidays is also cruel disregard for the contributions of our members of the UAW Locals 1268 and 1761. We will fight back against this announcement, said Curry. Cindy Estrada, UAW Vice President and Director of Stellantis Department, said in a statement, we are deeply angered by the Stellantis decision to idle the Belvedere assembly plant without a plan for future product. Companies like Stellantis receive billions in government incentives to transition to clean energy. It is an insult to all taxpayers that they are not investing that money back into our communities, please, like you thought they would. Extra to laying off thousands of Americans, Stellantis announced a recall of over 63,000 hybrid Wranglers over the weekend. The company also had to reissue a recall for 280,000 Ram trucks last month. Wow. Unbelievable. I mean, believable, unbelievable at the same time. Of course they didn't have a plan. Why would we think they would have a plan to transition? Those people are just out of jobs. We'll send them to Mexico. No problem. Have we ever had a president that cared less about actual Americans? Jobs, lives, military. I mean, if it is something to do with putting us as a country first, this mother effer is going to put us on the back burner every time. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, the Democratic Party has become the party of we hate America. Let's get help and help out everybody else and transition to other things, other jobs, to other countries. Forget about Americans. Or like Afghanistan, leave them behind. Wow. I mean, and this EV thing is going to be a mess. It's really messy. In California, I mean, they got certain times of the day because of power grids. They can't even allow people to charge their vehicles. I mean, do we really believe that's going to better transition to other parts of the country? I mean, I understand other parts of the country do run better than California. I do get that. But, I mean, California is the one trying to lead the way. Oh, look at us, EVs. Yeah, except it's a disaster. It's a total disaster, and it'll be a disaster here. And I've seen videos, if you haven't seen them, of these firefighters trying to put out fires from these batteries in these cars, and they can't get them out. Or if they do get them out, guess what? They reignite out of nowhere, sometimes even hours later. I mean, this whole thing is a total wreck. And of course, it cost Americans jobs. Unbelievable. I think every time I do a video about him, I just get more pissed off. Wow. Tell me what you think, Black and White Network supporters. 1,350 jobs gone to Mexico. Who are they going to get to work down there? They're all crossing our border. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.